Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. Okay, so I'm just going to sit there and tell you right off rip that this episode is a filler, right? We're not going to probably get anything good or anything that's like, you know, worth watching until Friday. And, listen, you can watch this episode and that's cool. Probably sit there and say watch it while washing the dishes or doing your clothes or something, but you can watch it if you want. But okay, I guess we're gonna start with Rachel for a minute. Listen, I know that we all sit there and kind of give Rachel a certain. We kind of give her a certain level of grace because one, she's a kid, and two, she is the daughter of Kristen DiMera, and that's, comes with his own issues. But, when she comes in the house, and she's greeted by Gwen, and the first thing she sits there and says is, "What are you doing here?" Excuse me? I'm surprised Brady didn't sit there and check her right, and they're like, come on, that's not how you sit there and talk to people. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like Gwen, and I get that, but I felt like she was being somewhat rude to her. And again, I'm not even a fan of Gwen. But I was like, does your little girl know how to talk to people in a proper way? Like, what are you doing? Kristen's not going to sit there and really check on her behavior, which is why she doesn't really have any friends. Brady, you're going to have to sit there and step up a little bit more. When Gwen came in, she was sitting there whining, complaining, "Why are you helping me with my bags?" I'm like, Gwen, shut up. Like, like, seriously? You know damn well they don't have no staff. I mean, they have staff. They're just invisible, when we're watching. But, what else? At some point, I guess Gwen goes and does something. And, you can see that Rachel wants to leave as soon as possible. And at first, she snaps at her dad because her dad's like, "Oh, we gotta go see Harry. We gotta go in the kitchen. We gotta go sit there and get some cookies or whatever." And she's like, "No, I want to leave now." I was like, excuse me? But she says that she's still freaking out because, she saw Johnny point a gun at EJ and everything. So, she just wants to kind of get the hell out of Dodge, and I can't blame her for that. She's also freaking out about the fact that she's going to have to sit there and eventually testify against Johnny, and, she doesn't want to sit there and send him to jail, but, it's a lot going on with her. I still don't think that's an excuse to sit there and act that rude because she acts that way on a typical Tuesday. Johnny is worried that he's going to be sent to jail. Chanel's worried that, she's a suspect. Johnny also, brings up this documentary called The Innocent Project about people, being wrongfully convicted and in jail for crimes they didn't do, and also sitting there looking up how much time he's going to sit there and potentially serve, which was probably not helpful at that point. Abe was talking on the phone with Theo, and apparently Theo and Claire broke up, and I'm kind of just like, are we supposed to care? Listen, just the same way I felt on The Young and the Restless when Faith broke up with not Noah, but when she broke up with that other dude, and it's gonna come back to me later on, it was kind of like, are we supposed to care? and what was worse was that at least we actually had this person on screen. The hell is his name? Don't remember. But yeah, them sitting there talking about, and of course, Belle was sitting there talking to Claire about her breakup, and I'm just like, again, why are we supposed to care? EJ tries to go, EJ goes to get hypnotized, and there's no luck there. And he's not there worried that the reason why he can't remember is because it's so traumatic, and that it's traumatic because it was Johnny. But Marlena's like, listen, we'll sit there and try again. And Belle, when he does get to the courtroom, is like, you can't rush it. You've been through something traumatic. You almost died. Maybe that's just something else. You're just going to have to go through the motions. Gwen goes back to the hotel, and she has a thought about when she put her necklace in the safe, and when she goes to look for it, it's not there. And I kind of thought she was going to, scream or yell or do something, but it kind of just, it ends right there, and it just cuts off, and I'm like, I don't know about you, but that necklace costs a lot. I would have been freaking the F out. So the fact that she didn't say anything or had any sort of reaction, also Marlena collapsed, too. She collapsed when she was there. I don't know. I'm so annoyed that I can't remember his name. You know what I'm talking about. And again, that's before the whole court trial really started. She collapsed. She collapses. I don't know. I feel like, to tell you the truth, I'm not gonna lie. I felt like that Brady, Rachel, and Gwen scene just kind of lasted almost a little bit too long, and I didn't really talk about much because it kind of seemed like it was a little pointless, to be honest. What was the point of that? She was just being kind of rude and just was supposed to remind us that she does not have good social cues, and again, that's the reason why she had no friends at her birthday party. That chick still, is she still going to therapy? Because, she definitely needs it. I don't know why. I feel like that's essentially about it. Like I said, this episode was more filler than anything else. We'll probably get some good stuff starting tomorrow, leading into, maybe next week, because they are going to do the trial and stuff. And of course, this whole thing is so out of pocket. Belle's like, oh, we're going to have to sit there and keep our distance, because of optics and everything else. Yeah, we get that part. No kissing and schmoozing and stuff. But, this whole thing, it's just problematic. And I don't know if it's because they couldn't find nobody else to sit there and take the case, or have another actor take the case, or, whatever the reason is. But, and of course, Paulina is the mayor. She's going to be sitting on this whole thing. And she can't look like she is... she just can't look like, I don't know, that she's doing them any favors or anything like that. So you have all three of them in this case, in this trial. And it's they're going to get scrutinized no matter what they do. Anyway, that's pretty much about it. I cannot think of anything else. I'm going to have to sit there and see how I'm going to do this live stream tonight. If I do it, because I still have another soap opera to watch, and it is getting late. But, we'll see.